So, three things that you need to do if you want to escape the rat race. Okay, this is something that I'm looking to do, and I have been studying and researching and really trying to find the common threads between those who have went from working a traditional 9 to 5 to living a life of entrepreneurship, a life of having control over their time, their money, and their energy. Number one is that you have to know that it's possible, right? Like, you have to know that it is possible. It could be easy to be like, well, this is just the way life is supposed to be. I'm supposed to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, have minimal time for myself. I'm supposed to have minimal time to prepare for, things I want to do aside from work. I'm supposed to have minimal time with my family. I'm supposed to just be grateful that I get a check and call it a day. But I'm here to tell you that that's not a boss up mentality, okay? Like, that is just settling. And if you're watching this channel, I know that you don't want to settle. I know that you want something more. You know that the divine has put something in your spirit that is telling you there is more to life than just the daily hustle. It's more to life than just the daily grind. So one is knowing that it's possible. And what I have done is on my Instagram feed, like, I only follow people that motivate me. Like, really think about, who are you following? Who do you see? Because it can be easy to just kind of fall into this trap of thinking that this is the way life is supposed to be. Your family's doing it this way. Your friends are doing it this way. Everybody's doing it the same way. They complain about it. They hate it, but they just accept it as, this is just life, right? So you have to position yourself around others so that you can see that it's possible. And some of the people that I follow, I'll just share two. One is Courtney Sanders. She is a business coach, and oh my gosh, I'm totally obsessed with her. So you can check her out on YouTube. And she went from working a traditional 9 to 5 to being a 7-figure, I think on her way to 8-figure business coach, okay? And she's built her business online. Another person that I follow is Rise with Zanab. I hope I'm saying her name right, but she was just working as a flight attendant for Delta not too long ago, and she was laid off while she was pregnant. And let me tell you, she said that working for Delta was like her dream job. And when she got laid off, she's like, what the hell? And she was pregnant. But you know what? She built a business while she was pregnant. And now she is traveling the world. I'll show you their accounts right quick.
No memories and never really being able to see the world.
That inspiring. Like, I love to inspire myself. Like, when I see women that look just like me doing a thing, right? I'm like, I'm no different from them, and you, my love, are no different from them either. So there you go. Like, there goes your inspiration. Look and see who you following on your Insta. Step number 2 is to begin exploring how you can either solve a problem or add value to the lives of others. Okay, so every entrepreneur that I follow, that I research, they all say the same thing, that you need to find a way to either solve a problem or you need to add value to the marketplace. So I believe that as moms, especially, I believe all moms need to be entrepreneurs. I believe that. I honestly believe that, because that gives you more control over your time. And it gives you the ability to be there for your children, right? To be able to show up in the way that you want to. And it's not about, having an easy life where you don't have to do any work or do anything, but it's about not having to fit your whole life into a box, right? It's about having that freedom. So think about it. Like, what is something that you're skilled at? What is something that people always come to you for? Like, hey girl, can you help me with this? Or, hey girl, like, how you do this? Like, what do people come to you for? And if people don't come to you for much, right? Think about what your skills and what your talents are. If you're not sure, ask your friends, ask your family, hey, if I was to start a business today, what are the top 3 or 5 things do you think I would start a business in, right? Get that feedback from your circle if you were just completely clueless as to what it is that you can do, what it is you can package. Like for me, I've always loved health and wellness. Well, not always, because I didn't major at it in college. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do in college. So I discovered my love like several years after graduating, and I loved fitness, health, nutrition, fitness. Like that was my jam. And I went into personal training and got my certification, which was brutal. But I got my certification, and then I was working in gyms, but I was like, I don't really like working in gyms because they don't hardly give you no money. So I started, and I needed more time and freedom, right? So I started like a side hustle, doing mobile personal training. So I would go to people's homes and train them, right? Train them in their homes or train them at like local parks. And I did that on top of already having a job and on top of being a single mother. So it was a lot, and I had to let that go. But that was still my passion, right? Helping people get healthier. And then I ended up going into health coaching, and I was doing maternal health. So I was helping pregnant women with the nutrition and fitness while they were pregnant. I love that, but once again, that was a job that was just, it wasn't paying the bills. Like, it just was not paying the bills at all. I'm like, a sister still gotta eat, right? So I ended up leaving that job, and I was like, okay, universe, like something else has to come through for me. I ended up finding this job, or actually it found me, it seems like, and it was a health coaching job for this really popular weight loss app. And I stayed there for 5 years, and I love the coaching. I love coaching. Like I love coaching and helping people like see the bigger picture, see their strengths, identify their weaknesses, identify ways that they can reach whatever goal it is that they have in mind. Like that stuff just drives me. Like I could talk about that all day, right? So right now I'm working on a business that will help me, that I could coach people. So I'm going into health coaching and mindset coaching, which is pretty much the same thing, because you can't change somebody's health without helping them change their mindset, right? It's like one and the same. So that's what I'm working on. So it's like, I did that at my job. I was great at it. I did it for 5 years, right? On top of the personal training and other jobs I had in the health field, right? So it's like, hey, I'm going to take that and just build my own business. Like, and it's not as simple as, hey, I'm just going to do what I've always done. Now you got to think of like the business side of things, but think about what it is that you're good at, what it is that you're passionate about. Step number 3 is to boss up your mindset. Every entrepreneur I have ever heard talk on a podcast, on their Instagram, on a speech, whatever, they always talk about the power of mindset. And mindset is so important, because if you don't have the right mindset, no matter what your skills are, no matter how talented you are, no matter who you hang around, no matter what your environment is, like you are not going to see your goal through because you don't have the proper mindset. You either fall into one or two categories. Either you have a growth mindset or a fixed. A fixed mindset is basically like, you're like, these are the skills I have. This is who I am. This is the person I am, and I can't change, right? So say if you want to start a business, but then you run into challenges, which you will. You're like, I don't know how to do this. Forget it. It's not meant to be. That's a fixed mindset. But a growth mindset is like, who do I have to be in order to see this go through? What skills do I have to learn? What classes do I have to take? What courses do I have to enroll in? What coach do I have to hire? Like when you have a growth mindset, it's like, hey, I know what I want to do, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out how to get it done, because you're not fixed in your mindset. You're able to grow, right? You're able to grow and expand. And that's one of the biggest elements of being an entrepreneur, being able to create a life of joy, of freedom, okay? And let me tell you, like, when I was laid off, January of 2023, because we're about to head into 2024, so I don't know when I'm uploading this. But when I was laid off, like this whole year has just been an eye-opener to see like what freedom can truly feel like. No, I don't have the money right now, but the thing is, it's like I get a glimpse of it. Like, man, like I could spend more time with my daughter. I can spend more time homeschooling her. I can get up and take a walk in the middle of the day if I feel like I really need to move my body and get out in nature. And I don't want to do a workout in the house. You know, I have time to make my food. I have time to go to the grocery store and pick out what it is that I want to eat for the week and how I want to nourish my body. Like, if I don't sleep well one night, right, I know that I can sleep in a little later if I need to, so that I can feel rested. I don't have to just go because I don't have a clock to run to by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the rising, right? I'm able to work on my own schedule. So I'm able to, you know, have late nights and work on things, or early risings, or, you know, like, I see the freedom in it. And it's just like, I'm addicted, y'all. Like, I'm addicted. And I think you see it even better when you're outside of the rat race. When you're in it, you're so busy, you don't have time to think. You don't have time to think or to process or to think of like anything differently that you could be doing with your life, because you're just go, 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 go. It's like you're in survival. But that's not healthy. Like, I really believe like it's killing us. It's killing us. And that's why, like, even with my daughter, I share with her the importance of being an entrepreneur. I show her, like, don't make the mistakes that mommy made. Like, I tell her why you don't want a job. I tell her, if you do have a job, you know, why, like, be clear about why you're working there. It's not so much for the money, it's to gain the skills and the knowledge so that you can go do something else, right? So I'm showing her, like, hey, mommy worked a job, and even though I worked hard and I was a top performer and I put in the hours and the time, you know, they still laid me off because they had to protect the business. Like, when you're working for someone else, you just become a commodity and a casualty. If they have to let you go, it's just a casualty. Like, it's nothing, you know, nothing you can really do about it. So I'm showing her from a young age, like, hey, go into business for yourself. It's not about it being easy. It's not about it being a way to, you know, not have to work, but it's about being able to control your time. Control your time, right? I think that's the most important thing, and that's the most important element, I believe, one of them, of living a bossed up life, being a bossed up mama, is being able to control your time and control where your energy goes. So if you like this episode, I ask that you subscribe to the channel. That is what helps the community grow. Remember, this is your second home. This is the space where you can grow and learn and be able to connect with other women, other like-minded women who are on the journey of growth, and share it with a friend, because it's not always fun being the only person in your circle that's growing and elevating, right? It's not fun at all. So share it with a loved one, share it with a friend. Thank you for spending this time with me, and until next time, peace.